There's a refreshing buzz in the air as it's New Year's Day today. The people in the country have set aside all the past worries, albeit for a day, mainly triggered by political chaos and economic gloom, as we welcome the New Year 2080 with renewed enthusiasms and aspirations. Like always, the New Year has brought new hope, new resolution and new plans for the year that lies ahead of us. We here at Kantipur Television take this opportunity to wish all our esteemed viewers and well-wishers a healthy, prosperous and a very happy New Year 2080. Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. New Year 2080 BS kicks off from today. The New Year being celebrated with much fanfare, enthusiasm and exchanging greetings of the day. 648 individuals from different walks of life felicitated by the President. Nepal Ratna awarded to late former Prime Minister Sushil Koirala posthumously. Indian Prime Minister Modi tells his British counterpart that Britain should take action against demonstrators demanding Khalistan during a violent incident outside India's embassy in London. And Kolkata Knight Riders seek fourth consecutive victory as they take on Sunrisers Hyderabad at the Indian Premier League. All the limelight on KKR after Rinku Singh heroics. The Nepali New Year 2080 has started from today. In Nepal, the New Year commences from 1st of Baisakh as per the Nepali calendar. Nepalese across the country and abroad are celebrating the Nepali New Year 2080 with much fanfare and enthusiasm, and also by extending New Year greetings to one another. Various programs are being organized at various places today welcoming the New Year. There is a trend of devotees visiting temples and worshipping various gods and goddesses on New Year's Day. On the occasion of the New Year 2080, President Ramchandra Podal, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal and top brass leaders of political parties have extended best wishes to the people of Nepal. President Ramchandra Podal conferred various medals, awards, decorations and honors to 648 individuals today. The honours were conferred today based on the list of individuals from various walks of life that were announced on the Republic Day last year. Former Prime Minister Sushil Koirala was posthumously conferred the Nepal Ratna Award, which is the highest civilian award of the country. Late Jivaram Neupane, former chair of the Council of Ministers Khilraj Regmi and historian and cultural scholar late Satyamohan Joshi were awarded the National Pride Award. The Suprasiddha Janasewa Shri Padak was handed out to culture expert Jagman Gurung. Likewise, Justice Tankabahadur Mokhtan, Election Commissioner Ishwari Prasad Podel, Ram Prasad Bhandari and Janaki Kumari Tuladar, among others, were also felicitated with the Prabal Janasewa Shri Award today. Sukirtimaya Rashtradeep Award was handed out to Neer Shah, Rajesh Hamal, Madan Krishna Shrestha and Haribangsa Acharya. The award was also conferred to FNCCI's new president Chandra Dhakal, Government Secretary Krishna Hari Pushkar, Eknaran Aryal and Leela Devi Gartola, among others. Artist Deepak Rajgiri and renowned media person Bhushan Dahal were felicitated with Suprabal Janasewa Shri, while our colleague at Kantipur Television J. Pandey was honoured with the Prabal Janasewa Shri. Kathmandu Metropolis has begun shifting its departments to Kathmandu Plaza with the aim of improving service delivery to the public. The Metropolis intends to integrate its services and has contracted the building in the capital's Kamaladi for 10 years at a rent of 6,050,000 rupees per month. Many of its departments had been relocated to various locations as its original building, popularly known as Bagh Darbar, sustained damages during the 2015 earthquake. Back in 2017, the then Metropolis Mayor Bidya Sundar Shakya had announced of constructing a new building for the Metropolis offices. However, that plan never came to life. Instead, Shakya was alleged of irregularities in the construction of the building in Teku towards the end of his tenure. The building that was to be constructed at an investment of 700 million rupees has been stranded since then. The Metropolis's offices are spread in 11 different locations with rent amount totaling to 3 million rupees monthly. The Metropolis struck an agreement with Nepal Trust on 22nd of March last month to rent the Kathmandu Plaza building for 72,600,000 rupees per year. The new building of the metropolis has an underground parking, municipality police office, bank counter, emergency service center, disaster management department, health service center and registration and verification offices. The first floor will have tax office, Department of Urban Area Management and Social Management, Data Department, Environment Management Department and assembly rooms. The second floor will have offices of the Secretariat for Deputy Mayor, along with Health, Cooperatives, Agriculture and Livestock, Education Department, Law and Human Rights Department. Finance and Administration Department along with Chief Administrator's Secretariat will be on the third floor. Secretariat of the Mayor will be on the fourth floor along with City Planning Commission, Public Construction Department, Heritage Conservation and Tourism Department. Canteen, Assembly Room and a call center will be on the fifth floor. Prime Minister and CPN Maoist Centre Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal has claimed there are forces trying to overturn the achievements of peace process. Speaking at a meeting at party office in Paris, Dana, Dahal said political parties and groups were acting against the comprehensive peace accord that has been acknowledged by the state's constitution. Dahal expressed of having faced difficulty even though his party is at the helm of the government and that implementation of decisions taken by the party itself had been weak. Prime Minister Dahal has decided to hold a meeting with party cadres every Friday starting today. At the meeting today, Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Naren Kaji Shrestha and the Prime Minister's Chief Political Advisor Haribol Gajurel had informed of the government's priorities. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what should be the priority of new leadership of FNCCI? Your options are A. Improve economy, B. Raise investments and C. Coordinate with the government. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Let's move on to the international update. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has suggested his British counterpart Rishi Sunak that Britain should take action after a violent incident during protests outside India's embassy in London last month. New Delhi has been upset about protests and vandalism by Sikh separatists who seek an independent Sikh homeland called Khalistan outside the Indian High Commission in London and elsewhere in the US and Canada. In a telephone conversation with Sunak, Modi called for strong action against anti-India elements by the British government following the incident, Modi's office said in a statement. Sunak condemned the incident as unacceptable violence, his Downing Street office said in a readout of the call. UK-India bilateral ties became tense last month when protesters in London with Khalistan banners reportedly removed an Indian flag from the balcony of the High Commission during a protest in which the building's windows were also broken. British Foreign Minister James Cleverly had condemned the violence last month, but the latest call was the first official discussion between Modi and Sunak about the incident. Both sides also said Modi and Sunak agreed on needing to speed up the negotiations for a free trade agreement between Britain and India, which a British newspaper report said this week had stalled over the incident. The International Monetary Fund has projected China is going to contribute about one-third of the global growth this year. The IMF released its global policy agenda at a press conference this week as IMF Chief Kristalina Georgieva called on countries to take strong policy actions to promote global economic recovery. Georgieva said the global economy is at a highly uncertain moment. The inflation, the Ukraine crisis, and the recent pressure from the international financial market have taken a heavy toll on global economic recovery and financial stability. She called on countries to take strong policy action and pragmatic approaches to tackle the challenges. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has warned China against using military force over Taiwan. Baerbock, after talks with her Chinese counterpart Qin Gang in Beijing, said conflicts must only be solved peacefully and that unilateral, violent change of the status quo would not be acceptable for the Europeans. The foreign minister added Germany was monitoring the tensions in the Taiwan Strait with great concern. China recently had military drills around Taiwan, saying they had tested integrated military capabilities under actual combat conditions, having practiced precision strikes and blockading the island that Beijing views as its own. During the same news conference, Qin said if countries wanted to respect the One China principle, then they should resolutely oppose Taiwan independence. On the issue of Ukraine, Qin said China was willing to continue to work for peace and hoped that all parties involved in the crisis would remain objective and calm and work together. Baerbock arrived in China yesterday with aims of reasserting a common European Union policy towards Beijing days after remarks by French President Emmanuel Macron suggested disarray in the continent's approach to the rising superpower. Macron provoked a backlash in the United States and Europe when he called on the European Union to reduce dependence on the US and cautioned against being drawn into a crisis over Taiwan driven by an American rhythm and a Chinese overreaction. The International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, has begun a multi-day humanitarian operation from today to transfer nearly 900 detainees held in relation to conflict in Yemen. Houthi prisoners were seen at Aden International Airport ahead of boarding on a flight bound for Sana'a. The ICRC, which is managing the process, said its planes would be used to carry the released detainees between 6 cities in Yemen and Saudi Arabia. Warring parties agreed at negotiations in Switzerland last month to free 887 detainees and to meet again in May to discuss further releases. The conflict in Yemen, which has killed tens of thousands of people and left millions hungry, has widely been seen as a proxy war between Saudi Arabia and Iran. A Saudi-led coalition intervened in Yemen in 2015 after the Iran-aligned Houthis ousted the government from Sana'a in 2014. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.